This is Bangalore, the garden city of India. It earned this reputation in 1927 for its lush greenery, broad roads and beautiful gardens. But over the past few decades, we've sacrificed this garden green cover for a shiny new moniker, the Silicon Valley of India, India's tech capital. But if we're really a smart city, why are we the most traffic congested in the world? This is Silkboard Signal. If you could take all of the smoke, sweat, swearing, chaos, congestion, cows and cacophony of Bangalore's traffic and cram it into one ring road intersection, this is it. Silkboard's traffic is iconic. So much so that Silkboard is often used as an adjective for how bad traffic is.
Hey Macha, sorry I'm late. There was full traffic, bro. Oh, as if, bro. It couldn't have been as bad as Silkboard traffic and all, okay?
Oh yeah, this is me. My name is Nikhil. I'm a 25-year-old Bangalorean
And I am a victim of Silkboard traffic. From the years 2015 to 2018, my commute from home to college was this 15-kilometer journey through Bangalore's outer ring road. And Silkboard was smack in the middle of it.
There's little you can do when you're stuck in traffic. The smoke sucks, but the longer you suck it in, the more your body adapts and you become convinced that this is how regular air tastes. Until one morning you visit Lal Bagh with your friends and your lungs literally climax with every breath. The noise is jarring, but you can drown it out by listening to music on earphones. If the honking gets louder, the music gets louder. Sure, this is dangerous, but at least you won't go insane, right? Right? The stress and mental fatigue from waiting in traffic for hours on end every single day is annoying. But maybe if you just stick with it, someday somebody will come into power and fix this whole traffic problem for you. But when?
Now it's not like I didn't try the most obvious alternative to this. Public transport. My first year of college, I took a bus every single day. Unfortunately, I was reaching class late every single day. This didn't really change after I started using the bike, but that's a me problem. The bus problem?
Because of all the traffic, buses were never regular. Because they were so sporadic, when a bus finally appeared, it would be crowded to the brim. When I finally caught a bus, it would get stuck in signals for double the time because bikes and cars would cut into the lanes and slow them down. So I stopped using the bus and started using my bike, and that's when I became a part of the problem. I would cut across lanes and squeeze through gaps in an effort to get ahead in the signal, just like everybody else. I feel like everybody in an Indian traffic signal has all the time in the world to be upset and entitled. But at some point, we should learn to be empathetic. Or at the very least, lawfully disciplined.
Hello. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
Hi.
This is Bhavna, a friend from school. She lives in Banagata and works at a corporate in Bengaluru. Nitin is another school friend who studied engineering and got a job at a tech company, also in Bengaluru. Pa is an old acquaintance of mine who got my mother pregnant. Twice. Now he lives in my home in Bangalore and drives to work in Chamrajpet every single day. What do they all have in common? They're lucky enough to be friends with me. Oh, and they're also Silkboard survivors.
What is this purple ass background, dude?
Dude, my walls are blue. I don't know.
Can you tell us?
How long is your commute and how do you travel?
Oh, I travel on my Jeep Compass.
Start off with bike and then, office cabs came into the picture.
The good thing is that they provide company transport because a couple of times I didn't take the office cab. I tried to take an Uber. I'd get into the cab and they'd be like, "Where, madam?" I'd say Bengaluru and they'd make me get out.
Even the cab drivers don't want to go to Silkboard.
On a weekday, 1 hour to an hour and a half maybe.
An excruciating hour, 15 minutes on average. Okay.
I'd leave work at 4:30 and I'd reach home around 6:30 to 7. Yeah,
2.5
I know.
hours. So what do you do to pass the time? Because that's a lot of time.
So all my long calls I take up on the way back home. I call my brother, I call my sister. So I have a good speaker system in the car. Put that on and...
Humble brag.
I used to read initially, but then work started getting super hectic, so I just sleep both ways.
A friend of mine suggested listening to podcasts, and that was really great for a while. And then sometimes just staring out of the window and getting frustrated.
Oh no.
In 2018, the BBC published a video stating that the average Bangalorean spends 250 hours stuck in traffic.
That's 10 whole days missing from your year. Do you know what you could have done with those 10 days?
Run 48 marathons, play 160 football matches, make 7,200 batches of Maggie, make 57,600 Instagram stories, watch the entire Harry Potter series 12 times, get home delivery of 500 pizzas in 30 minutes or less guaranteed or your pizzas are free, meditate 20% as long as Buddha did to attain enlightenment, finish 80% of your rabies vaccination treatment.
Okay, so clearly this traffic is a huge waste of time. But there is a solution to this crazy situation.
In November 2019, the BMTC trialed a priority bus lane in an 18-kilometer stretch of the Outer Ring Road from Tin Factory to Silkboard, and in just 3 months, the results were super encouraging. Bus speed along the corridor improved by 22%, meaning more regular buses and more predictable bus availability. The evening peak travel time of buses from Tin Factory to Silkboard reduced by 60%, and they were able to increase completed bus trips from 700 to 1770, 150% increase. If this bus lane existed back when I was in college, there's a good chance I would have continued using the bus.
Do you think all the traffic riding through all of it affected your physical health and your mental health in any way?
Staying about an hour and a half away from office has permanently just scarred me so much.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm loving this working from home. And I told my boss,
Wherever I work, I'm not going to make my commute last more than half hour max.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
This is a decision I've consciously taken. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put myself through that again.
Like what I used to do to get to college every day gives me severe PTSD. And I had a breathing problem that I never addressed. I just felt like this is how it is. It's normal that I'm breathing in this smoke all the time and I have this weird dry cough, and I just accepted it.
More than that, I feel if all of us start being a little disciplined on the road, including me, I think things will be much better. I think we should follow lane discipline.
Okay, so like the gentlemen in these videos, every single one of us is guilty of not following traffic rules. When I think about my college bike journey, I definitely get stressed. But I also realize that I wasn't the most responsible driver. We're always asking for some big change, but the change starts with us. And post this COVID lockdown, maybe we can all start to really be more conscious about our road ethics. Having said that, we need to hold our government accountable as well. This bus lane project is incredible and I really stand by it. And I think we should celebrate that our government has done something really good, but also make sure that we don't lose momentum while we have it. So go to Instagram or Facebook, upload a post, a photograph, a story, anything about you and your experience in Bangalore and its insane traffic, or what your hopes are for the future of Bangalore. I'm going to give you guys a week to upload anything you want, but be sure to tag me and use the hashtag Bengaluru moving. That's important. After this week, I'm going to collect all of your submissions and we'll do an Instagram live session at this time, on this date, and we'll discuss your stories, we'll talk about your art, and it'll basically be like one big Bengaluru chilling session, so I'm really looking forward to it. Don't worry too much about your submission. It can literally be a one-line message like, I was riding in Silkboard and a crow shat on my head. Silkboard. That's great. We can talk about that, but the point is to get a conversation going. At the end of the day, we're trying to create hype and awareness about this whole bus lane initiative because the government did something good and we want to tell them, we like this. You did a good job, but keep it going. That being said, guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I want to see Bangalore green again. I want to brag about Bangalore's perfect, pleasant weather. And more than anything, I want to see Bengaluru moving again, instead of being one big messy traffic jam. So let's make it happen.
I even with or without the traffic, I love Bangalore, so I'm not going to more of Bangalore because of traffic. I think Bangalore is a great place. It's just that if all of us work on improving our driving skills and the government does something for the roads, I think that's all I want.
Perfect. Okay.
One last thing, if you are someone that wants to take this whole thing a step further, visit the YLACproject.com/Bengaluru moving. They're doing amazing stuff advocating for this cause by engaging with government officials, policy makers, stakeholders to directly influence the way decisions are made with our roads and traffic. I'll put the link in the bio, share this video with a friend, and I look forward to your stories. Goodbye guys.